Good morning, students. Today we are going to study subject verb agreement. The verb in any class must agree with the subject in number. A singular subject requires a singular verb. A plural subject requires a plural verb. Let us take an example. An elephant rumps to express anger. Here in this sentence, an elephant, the subject is singular and the verb trumpets is also singular. The subject is what the sentence is about. The verb is a word that indicates an action or a state. Let us see the learning objective of this chapter. Learning to distinguish between singular and plural nouns. Learning how to reflect the number of nouns in the verb forms. Learning to structure the sentences correctly to reflect the subject verb, concord or agreement. So in this chapter, we will study all these things, and after completing the chapter, we will be able to know all the things in the learning objective. The concepts in this module are introduction, identifying the subject and its verb, rules for the subject and verb agreement, and then we'll do assignment. The number of the verb depends on the number of the subject. If the subject is singular, the verb will also be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb will also be plural. So the number of the subject and that of the verb must agree with each other. To avoid errors in using the verb, we need to identify the subject and its verb. So let us see how to identify the subject and its verb. One or a group of nouns or pronouns that relate to the verb is the subject. The number of people living in Asian and African countries has increased tremendously. So in this sentence, number, people, Asian, African and countries all are nouns. But only number relate to the, here only this number, the word number relates to the verb. So the verb will, this one is singular, so verb will be also singular. The number has increased. On asking the question what has increased, we get the answer, the number. In the sentence, if you ask the question what, then we will get the answer, the noun or the subject. Here, what has increased? So the answer will be the number, and the number is singular, so we will use singular verb. The number has increased. Let us see some more examples. People have gathered in the assembly hall. On asking the question, whom have gathered, we will get the answer of the subject. So we have to ask the question, whom have gathered? People have gathered. So here people is plural, so the verb will also be plural. Rules for subject verb agreement. Let us see some rules. Rule number 1. Avoid the error of proximity. The noun closest to the verb is not always the subject. So we have to take care of this thing. A course of lectures. Here the noun lectures is close to the verb is, but this one is not the subject. In this sentence the subject will be a course. A course is a singular, so we will use the verb is, which is singular. A course of lectures is arranged for the students. Rule number 2. Use plural verbs with subjects joined by and. My father and my mother are arriving by train today. Here there are two subjects. My father and my mother. There are two persons. So and is combined by and. So we will use plural verb. And the verb is here are. My father and mother are arriving by train. Rule number 3. Two singular nouns referring to the same person take a singular verb. If the person will be the same, here my friend, that person is a philosopher and the guide. Both the things which have been mentioned, philosopher and guide, is used for the same person, only one person, my friend. So the verb will be singular. That's why yes has been used with the verb advises. My friend, a philosopher and guide advises me to meditate regularly. See the note, if the article is used only once, then the two nouns refer to the same person. However, if the article is used or cited twice, then two different persons are intended. So we have to see my friend, a philosopher and a guide. Here will be my friends. So let us see the next example. We have to see the article. If the article will be used more than one, then we will use plural verb. Here the politician and the poet. The two times it has been used. So we will use the plural verb. Have. The politician and the poet, they are two different persons and is joined by and. Here the article has been used and here also the article has been used. If article will be used more than once, then they will be two different persons and we will use the plural verb have. The politician and the poet have arrived. Rule number 4. The use of with as well as besides, in addition to, together with, no less than, bring no change to the original subject. The lost bag with its contents was finally recovered. We are talking about the lost bag. Only one bag has been mentioned here, so we will use the singular verb was. The lost bag was finally recovered. Here something has been mentioned for the lost bag. So we will use the singular verb and our subject will be the bag, the lost bag. So if in the sentence with as well as with has been used here, as well as besides, in addition to, together with, no less than will be used, then there will be no change in the original subject. Whatever the original subject will be there, we will have to use the verb accordingly. Rule number 5. two or more singular subjects connected by either or, neither nor require a singular verb. So we have to take care of this. We have to use a singular verb. If either or neither nor will be used in the sentence. Either Sam or Joshua has taken your laptop today. We are talking about only one person at a time. Either Sam or Joshua, one person at a time. So we'll use the singular subject. Okay. Note: when one of the subjects joined by or nor is plural, the verb must be plural, and the plural subject should be placed near the verb. And when the subjects joined by or nor are of different persons, the verb agrees with the noun nearer to it. So we have to take these two things in our mind while using the verb singular or plural. Let's see some example. Let's see the example. Either the doctor or his assistants attend to the patient's needs. Here, the doctor assistants. So here, the doctor and his assistant has been used with either or. So here assistant is plural. So assistant means plural subject will be nearer to the verb, and we will use the plural subject. Here neither you nor I. Here two subjects are there, you and I. So we will use the verb according to the nearer subject. That's why am has been used according to I. Subject are different subjects are there. Two persons are there. You, I. So we have to use the verb according to the nearer subject. So here the subject nearer subject is I. So am has been used. So you have to take care of these two things while using the verb singular, plural, or any other verb. And rule number 6. Many, each, every, everyone, anybody, either, neither, no, one, nobody are followed by a singular verb. So we have to remember this. If these words will be used, we have to use singular verb. Many a man does. Here many a. So we will use the singular verb does. Either of the books is worth buying. We are talking about two books, but one at a time. So we'll use the verb is. Okay. Either of the books is worth buying. So we'll use, if these words will be there, we'll use singular verb. Rule number 7. The noun plural in form but singular in meaning requires a singular verb. No news is good news. Here we can see yes has been mentioned here, but it's plural in form, but in meaning it is singular. We are talking about one news. So no news is good. So we will use the singular verb. Here one subject has been mentioned, the statistics, the mathematics, the physics. The statistics provided is difficult to analyze. So here one subject has been used, so we will use singular verb. Rule number 8. When the plural noun is a proper noun for some single object or some collective unit, it takes a singular verb. Let us see one example. The Three Musketeers was written by Alexander Dooms. Here we are talking about only one book. The name of the book is The Three Musketeers. We are talking about only one book. So the verb will be singular, was. So when the plural noun is a proper noun, this plural noun is a proper noun. It's talking about only one book and single object or some collective unit. It takes a singular subject, a singular verb. Rule number 9. Collective nouns like committee, jury, cabinet, government, team, etc. take a singular verb when they mean one entity, but require plural verb when they mean individual members. Let us see example. The team has won, but the team have dispersed in different directions. So here we are talking about only one. The team has won. So there is only one team and that team has won. We are talking about collectively. But here the team is the members of the team. They have dispersed in different directions. So here we are talking about different individual members. So that's why the verb plural have is used in this clause. The team have dispersed in different directions. Rule number 10. A plural noun referring to an amount, quantity or length requires singular subject or singular verb. 5 hours is not enough to do this work. 100 kilometers is not a big distance. So, a plural noun to an amount, quantity or length requires a singular verb. Here 5 hours is a duration, which we are talking about only one duration, single duration, and that duration is of 5 hours. That's why we the singular verb has been used. Here 100 kilometers, we are talking about distance. We are talking about only one distance and that distance is of 100 kilometers. So the singular verb has been used in this sentence. So if the quantity or amount or length requires singular verb, if it will be talking about a single entity. Rule number 11. Certain nouns always use plural verb, such as dozen, cattle, police, gentry, poultry, or plural meaning even though singular form. 12 dozen make a gross, cattle are grazing in the field. So dozen, cattle, police, these are the words or the subjects for which we have to use plural verbs. The police have caught the thief. So here, whenever we are talking about police, we will suppose that there will be more than one person. In the same way, cattle and dozen, we know that dozen number will be 12 in one dozen. So we will use plural verb. Rule number 12. Means, pains and none can take both singular and plural verbs. What is this means of communication called? There are not enough means to survive. Much pains has aided, much gains, enough pains have been taken. None of the witnesses is present, none of these stories are true. So we can use singular and plural both the verbs for these words. Rule number 13. the number of takes a singular verb, whereas a number of takes a plural verb. The number of people living in the city has increased. The number of writers have written about this issue. Rule number 14. A relative pronoun agrees in number and person with its antecedent. A nurse is the one who takes care of the patients. The books which are lying there are mine. So here we have used the verb is, which is singular for a nurse. A nurse is the one. So we are talking about here only one person, a nurse, single nurse. So we have used the singular verb here, takes. A nurse is the one whom for whom we have used whom, a nurse. That's why the singular verb has been used. Here the books which are, which we are talking about, which or the books, which is plural in form. So we have to use are for the books. The books which are lying there are mine. So dear students, we have studied this chapter. Whatever the chapter we have studied till at, you have to do their exercises in your practice copy. Thank you.